Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I was doing a little distance shooting, okay, and I know I've talked about Tula ammo in the past and how well it seems to work through all my guns, and I've told you that in my Glock 17, I've run about 70,000 rounds through that. I have an AR that I've run about 10,000 rounds through. I have an AK I've run around about 10,000 rounds of Tula through, okay. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to do an accuracy test, okay? So we know that the Tula is reliable, we know it's cheap, but how accurate is it, okay? And the gun that I chose to use is my my Ruger 5.56 MPR, okay? This is basically it's an 18-inch barrel, okay? So it's a little bit longer than your standard 16-inch, and it has a cold hammer forged barrel, okay? So basically that comes standard on this gun. It's a gun that's basically sold at the price of economy guns. Okay, I think I paid $620 for this gun, but it's got some really cool features like the cold hammer forged barrel, 18-inch barrel, and it comes with a muzzle brake, which I had to take off because it was annoyingly loud. And I've got mounted on it a primary arms 1-to-8 scope. Okay. So this is what I was using to take my shots, and I was shooting at 110 yards, okay, 110 yards, 100 meters, okay, and I started off with the Tula, and these are 10 round groups, okay, so at 110 yards with the MPR rifle, okay, total of 10 shots, okay, basically I had 2 flyers out here. And then over here I got a nice, really tight group. Okay, this tight group here is 1.5 inches. Okay, at 110 yards. And then if I include the 2 flyers in the grouping, then basically it's 3.5 inches. Okay, and I'm gonna do this with everything I do today. Basically, I'm gonna do it with the total group, and then I'll drop the worst 2 shots. Okay, so the total grouping was 3.5 inches. If I drop the worst 2 shots, I come down to 1.5 inches, okay? So that's with Tula, okay? Now, one of the things that you'll notice is that scope is zeroed in to be at 100 yards. So because the Tula runs slower, okay, it typically runs anywhere from 100 to 200 foot-pounds slower, depending on the length of your barrel. The grouping dropped from here to here because the Tula runs a little bit slower. Okay, so you're definitely going to see that drop. Now next I tried the Perfecta. I used to be able to get these pretty cheap, and I used to be able to get them pretty easily. Nowadays it doesn't seem I'm able to get them that well, but I've noticed in the past that it gave me very nice tight groupings, so I decided to use it today. And as you can see, basically that grouped right over here. All right. So with this grouping over here, first of all, the grouping came up, okay, because basically the Perfecta is going a little bit faster. Okay, it's going at a normal speed. So it came up, but it also shifted to the right. Okay, and I think that might have to do something with the way that the bullets are balanced. It might be the reason. Maybe there might be a defect in the balance of the bullets. Maybe that's why I was getting them cheap. I don't know. But I got a tight grouping that shifted to the right. The total grouping was 1.75 inches, okay, at 110 yards. And if I drop the worst 2 shots, it comes down to 1.5 inches, okay? So if I drop the worst 2 shots in each grouping, they both did 1.5 inches, okay? So basically, and mind you, the focus of this video is the Tula ammo. So basically, I think the Tula is doing pretty good. Okay. The next one I tried was the American Eagle green tips. Okay, these are 62 grain bullets. The other 2 were 55 grain bullets. Okay. And with the American Eagle, okay, what I see here is, all right, first of all, and I shot this last of those 3. So basically, we see that the grouping shifts back to the middle. Okay, and so it's centered. It's where it's supposed to be. Okay, because this is where I actually zeroed the rifle. Okay, so we're actually getting, with dead in the center there. I had 2 flyers over here. Okay, So if you include the tooth flyers, I have a 3-inch grouping. Okay, if you drop the worst 2 shots, the grouping comes down to 2 inches. Okay, so it's a 2-inch grouping. All right, so I mean, overall, I think the tool is doing pretty good. I mean, this American Eagle, I mean, it's pretty expensive ammunition. I don't shoot it too often because this isn't 223. This is actually 5.56. Okay, and these are the ones. These are the green tips that have the steel cords in them. All right, so basically, we've got between 2 and 3 inches. Okay, 3 inches if we include the flyers, 2 inches. If we take out the worst 2 shots, and what's the significance of the flyers? Because there is a significance to them. What the flyers are telling us is basically that because I know it's not me. I mean, I know how well I can shoot. I know if I accidentally throw a shot or if I shift, and I know that when I took these shots, I didn't shift. So what it's telling us is that there's some inconsistency in the burn of the gunpowder. Now, whether that is because they put they're inconsistent in when they were loading it, or maybe the weight of the bullets is inconsistent. I don't know, but there's some inconsistency in the ammunition, and that's why that's why when you get flyers, you're getting flyers. Okay, because remember, when you're burning something, when you're burning gunpowder, it's a chemical reaction, and no chemical reaction is 100%. Okay, at best, under lab conditions, you can get 99%. Realistically, in nature, you're only going to get, somewhere between 95 and 99%. Okay, so that's the reason of the flyers. So the flyers tell us something. So with the Perfecta, the fact that the groupings were, all pretty tight, no flyers, that's telling us that they're pretty good with loading their powder, very consistent there. Okay, or it could have just been luck that there were no flyers. I don't know. So that's what the Tula ammo did. And like I said, I'm pretty happy with it. And I expected it to drop because I know Tula runs a little bit slower. So basically, I know if I'm shooting Tula, at 100 yards, I basically gotta pick it up a little bit. Okay. Now, what I also did is I also tried out the 9mm. Okay, because I shoot a lot of Tula 9mm, and I compared that to the Perfecta. Okay. The rifle that I use, let's put it this way: instead of using a handgun, I decided to use a 9mm rifle. I used the Beretta. Was it the CX4 Storm? And basically what this is a glorified pistol. Okay, basically what they did is they lengthened the barrel, they put a stock on it, but it shoots 9mm. So and the reason why I use this instead of like a Glock or something like that is because I can steady this better. So I'm eliminating me out of the equation more, and I can stay more focused on the ammunition itself. Okay, so using this 9mm rifle, okay, this is what, 115 grain. Now this is at 30 yards. Okay, now remember this. It's not at 110 yards anymore. It is at 30 yards. So at 30 yards, this is what the grouping is over there. The total was 2.5 inches. If you take out the worst 2 shots, it was basically 2 inches. And basically, I didn't see any weird flyers or anything. Basically, it looks pretty consistent. Okay, using the Perfecta, I did get a much nicer grouping. I did get one obvious flyer over here. Okay, so out of 10 rounds, I only had one that and basically the other 9 shots are really tight. Basically they're 8 of them are definitely touching. The 9th one over there, it actually broke. It did break the paper, but let's not say that that's touching. So we got 8 shots that are touching, and this is at 30 yards. Okay, so that's that with the handgun ammo, that's basically what you're gonna see and this is with a 9mm rifle. So obviously with the shorter barreled handgun, at 30 yards, you're gonna get a bigger spread. Okay, so those are the results. So that's what it is. That's what you can expect from Tula ammo. And basically for close distance, most of the tactical training that I do, I'm shooting, well under 50 yards. So if you're shooting under 50 yards, I think that the Tula ammo is excellent. There's no reason not to use it. It works. It works. It's good enough. If you're shooting, more than 50 yards, yeah, you probably want to use something that might be a little bit better. But You know, again, the Tula ammo isn't terrible. The main thing that's going to happen is that your, you know, with the 223 caliber, it's going to drop a little bit. Okay, but anyway, those are my results. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.